getting into this episode of GH. A lot going on, a lot of mess. Listen, I understand totally why Lucas is flipping out the way he is because he's into Marco. He likes him a lot. That's his boo. That's his man. I can understand that. But he's acting super naive. And I totally agree. And I'm glad Carly said what she said to him. At the end of the day, you're acting naive to this dude. Like, we get it. You like him a lot. You care about him. Okay, cool. But you don't really know him that well. You've known Sonny and Jason for decades. You've known them for years. You've known this dude 5 minutes. How do you know everything he's telling you is the truth? How do you know that? I feel like he needs to date Marco with caution. That's just what he needs to do. You're sitting there believing everything that comes out of Marco's mouth, like, oh, he has nothing to do with his father's business. How do you know that? Because he told you that? If you believe everything that come out of somebody's mouth, then you a damn fool. You deserve whatever disaster comes your way. You cannot believe every little thing that people say to you. You have to listen and investigate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really do. Can't believe everything now. Him lashing out the way he is, talking about, oh, if something were to happen to Marco, if he were to die, I would have wanted Sonny and Jason in prison. Shut up, Lucas. Because let's be for real. If you weren't Carly's brother, making threats towards mobsters would have got you got. Like, let's be for real. That little threat that he made to Sonny and Jason, talking about, I'll go to the cops. I'll go to Drew. Making threats like that, it would have got him got. Period. He better be glad that he's Carly's brother. That saved his life. And he better be glad that Sonny and Jason are pretty much washed up when it comes to the mob. Like, they're not who they were years ago. Because they would have been took you down. And had it been any other mobster and you threatened in that manner, like, you couldn't talk to no Anthony Zaccara like that. Oh, I'll go to the police. Soon as before you even would have got police out your mouth, you would have been in the river. Like, let's be for real. He better be thanking his lucky stars. Like, you want to be all up Marco behind, be up his behind. Marco came up with quite the tale for the police, for the ADA. He was, telling her this whole story, basically covering up what really happened. ADA Turner ain't buying none of it. Because she was like, you willing to sign a statement to verify all of it? Oh, yeah, I'll sign the statement. Okay. She wasn't buying it. And now she feel like Sonny is just as bad as she initially thought. Talking about you just as soulless. Sonny was like, if I was soulless as you think I am, Marco wouldn't be here today. He would have been got. Sonny had a point. I mean, if he wanted to take Marco out, he would have. He could have. You know what I mean? So, obviously, he ain't that damn soulless. He got somewhat of a conscience. And for Dante to be all up in Sonny face talking about, oh, you got to remember you got grandsons and they admire you and look up to you and all this, that, and the third. I'm like, Dante, go about your business. Because you reminded Sonny that he got grandsons ain't going to change a damn thing. So there's really no point in having that conversation for the millionth time. Sonny is who he is. He's in the mob. He's been in the mob for decades. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? He going to be up in there until he get out. And everybody know when you're in the mob, things happen. It's out of your control. So anyway, moving on from that. Jason is very eager to talk to old Britt because now Jason is starting to think Britt is not dead. Because Carly was assuring him, like, yeah, there's no way Britt survived or Britt is really gone. He was like, no, he said, look at me. Everybody thought I was dead twice. Look at me, I'm back. He got a point. He does have a valid point. I mean, this is Port Charles. I mean, who really dies and stay dead? Look at Helena Cassadine. How many times that heifer rose from the grave? 1,000,000 times over. Who's to say? Britt ain't still alive. Absolutely, she could still be alive, and that's why Jason want to talk to old Britt. But I feel like Jason talking to old Britt would be a waste of his time because old Britt, even if she did help Britt survive, she's not going to tell him that. She's not going to tell him that because something tells me that Britt is in Paris doing something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe something she shouldn't be doing. Or maybe Britt doesn't want Jason or anybody to know that she's alive. So if that's the case, Obright's not going to say anything. Honestly, it was so nice seeing Obright hanging out with her grandson, throwing axes and stuff. That was fun. That was cute. But she's very concerned about Willow. Like, old Britt, she could see that Willow is spiraling. And she was asking Spinelli, she was like, why didn't anybody call me to let me know how bad shit was getting with her? Because she saw, like, she's literally been back in town for 5 minutes and already she could see the crazy coming out of Willow. She sees it. You know, she sees it. Everybody's starting to see it. And she could see that, you know, Willow is just getting worse and worse because she is. Her mental is just out there. Like, her mental state is diminished at this point. Like, homegirl is just demonic at this point. And I say that because look at the conversation that Portia was having with Willow. Willow is not the Willow people remember. Like, she's not who she once was. And Portia's realizing it, and it scared the shit out of Portia. Because Portia literally told her what Drew was doing, and Drew was blackmailing her. Willow didn't care. Willow was like, listen, Michael wanted to play dirty. If this is how I could get my kids back, this is how I'm going to get them. She did not give a damn. She didn't even care that Drew was blackmailing Portia. She was like, oh, Michael was blackmailing me, saying that Drew had to get out of my life. What does one have to do with the other? Like, okay, Willow, whatever. So Portia told Nina about it and stuff. Nina, there's nothing Nina can do. Willow has gone fully to the dark side. There ain't a damn thing Nina can do. Nothing. Like, this girl is about to enter a marriage, not even in holy matrimony. It's going to be a marriage in hell. That's what it's going to be. Because Willow and Drew getting married, cohabitating, that's like a merger from hell. That's pretty much what it is. And even Nina tried to put the fault on Drew when it came down to what was going on with Sasha and the baby. But Drew was adamant. He was like, listen, I do a lot of things, but shit, I don't torture no kids now. He said, I wouldn't do that. I beg to differ, but okay. Ain't nothing Drew wouldn't do at this point. I don't believe that. If he was in town, I think he probably would. If he would have came up with that idea, he probably would have done it himself. I wouldn't put it past him because he's a nut too. But that's when Drew started to realize Willow was the one stalking that child. He started to realize it. And the fact that he still want to marry her, I was like, yeah, both of y'all can just go to hell. As far as I'm concerned, both of y'all are crazy as brimstone. Just nuts. And he probably deep down was loving the fact that Willow came up with the idea to stalk that child to get Sasha out of town. He probably loved it. I wouldn't put it past him to sit there and have that sick mind. Oh, good job, babe. Good job, babe. I bet you he did with his nutty ass. Them two are crazy. Straight crazy. But anyway. And it's sad that Spinelli got roped into that. Now he got to sit here and be the go-between, the intermediate, and help plan this little dumb wedding. First of all, I thought Nina was handling the planning of this wedding. Now they got Spinelli up in here. I wouldn't dare. Spinelli talking about, oh, on behalf of me and Maxie, we're happy for you. Spinelli, stop that lie. Y'all are not happy for the crazy. Y'all don't support this foolishness. That's all it is. Foolish. So anyway, moving on from that. You know what? I can't blame Dante and Lulu for their reaction to Obrecht being back in town and not wanting her around their child. Because as soon as they saw her talking with Rocco, they was like, Rocco, get away from her now. Let's go. Because Rocco was already snapping at Lulu before because he felt like Lulu, you know, checking up on him at work. And he was like, you need to give me my space. First of all, little boy, like, I understand you still upset or whatever. One, you need to get over that. Two, that's still your mama. And you still live in her home. You better get some act right. I don't care if you do got yourself a little job or whatever. That's still your mama. You still live in her home. She still provide for your behind. And your father still provide for you. Better take all that bass out your voice. Take that attitude up out of there is what you better do. I would have took a belt upside his head talking to me like that. I'm just saying, like, parents, like, some parents do be letting their kids just talk to them like that. I don't care how old the boy is. You could be 15, 16, hell, you could be 66. I wish you would. Even at 66, you could be 66, I could be 86. I'm still going to go upside your noggin. Could care less. How grown you think you are or whatever age you think you are. You too old for whoopings. You may be too old for whoopings. You ain't too old for me to back my car up over you. You ain't too old for that. Might be too old for a belt. You ain't too old for a skillet to go upside your damn head. Keep talking like you crazy. I'm just saying, like, I did not like the way he was speaking. I'm like, sir, boy, take that down a notch. Like, who is you talking to? Um, yeah, Lulu be letting him get away with too much. I'm like, no, nip that attitude in the bud. Because I mean, this whole getting to know Britt thing, oh, I want to know more. I feel like there's more to Britt than what people told me, and I feel like she's not as bad as people try to make her out to be. I'm like, boy, are we still talking about this? Like, what is the obsession with knowing about this lady? I don't get it. And then Obrecht, Obrecht was throwing salt in the wound. She was like, oh, well, it was my Britta. If it wasn't for my Britta, your son would not be here. Obrecht, you ain't have to say all of that, because now you just throwing you throwing liquid on the water, on the fire. That's all you doing. You throwing more lighter fluid on it. That's all you doing. First of all, your daughter stole him. Let's be clear. She stole that embryo. Let's not act like she did something noble. Because I'm pretty sure if she didn't steal that embryo, chances are he still would have been born, just through different means. But yeah, even Jason was asking Carly opinion about Britt and stuff like that, because he was like, so if Britt didn't save Josh from the hook killer, would you think differently of her? Because Carly was like, oh, I can't judge her because she did save Jocelyn. I mean, Carly, whether she saved your daughter or not, you shouldn't be judging her anyway, because your background ain't squeaky clean either. You done did some horrible stuff yourself, but we all know Carly, she would judge anyway. We know how she get down. She would definitely judge. But I feel like he's not going to stop until he gets to the bottom of this. Like, I feel like he wants definitive proof that Britt is really gone. Because after seeing that lady in Paris, oh, he's convinced. He is super convinced. He's not going to let this go. But this was a pretty decent episode. I think that's everything in this episode. Yeah, this was a pretty decent episode. I feel like some stories are about to hit their climax. Definitely with Sidwell and Sonny, like, because Sidwell is going to be on one at this point. So Sonny better have some better security measures, because now that Marco is free and he's back, Sonny better keep his eyes open. He better keep all the guards on his kids, because it's about to go down. Sidwell is not going to forget this, and it's about to be an all-out war. Hit the comments. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.